Welcome to the Weather Gurus podcast for Friday, July 12th, 2024. Thank you for joining me. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel for the latest weather updates in the lower 48 and sometimes beyond, and tropical updates as well. We're currently looking at the watches and warnings courtesy of Radar Scope, severe thunderstorm warnings as well in Canada, but we also have flash flood warnings taking place here in the mid-Atlantic. So from Maryland to Virginia to North Carolina, be very careful if you're coming down I-95, leaving southern Virginia from Richmond down through Petersburg, down through Emporia, Virginia. There's a flash flood warning that extends that lasts for the next hour and 43 minutes in Northampton County, northwestern Northampton County. So Roanoke Rapids, Halifax, North Carolina, heading up I-95, and southeastern Brunswick County and south central Virginia, Greenville County, Southampton County, Sussex County, and Emporia, as well as the city of Emporia in southeastern Virginia. 1 to 2 inches of rain have fallen. An additional 1 to 2 inches of rain are falling could be possible in the next couple of hours here. So if you're coming through I-95 south of Emporia, in the city of Emporia, into Halifax and Roanoke Rapids, and those areas of I-95 in northern North Carolina and Northampton County, be careful. Stay away from small creeks and streams and underpasses as well, as these showers continue to press here northward here, upper chain here of showers that are continuing here as I put in the motion up I-95 toward Petersburg, Richmond, Hopewell. So if you're on 295 or 95 in Virginia, be very careful as these storms are continuing to push their way up into the Richmond area and also up into the mid-Atlantic area here. As you can see, it's part of a broad range of showers here. We have a bunch of flash flood warnings in the Delmarva area here, south here in southern Maryland as well. National Weather Service in Wakesville, central Dorchester County. This is until 1:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Once again, 1 to 2 inches of rain have fallen. Another 2 inches are possible here, and flash flooding is caused by these thunderstorms here that are producing thunderstorms up to Lexington Park, Chesapeake Ranch, out to southern Maryland towards Waldorf on 301 there. Be very careful coming down I-95 out of Washington, D.C., out towards Fairfax and Annandale on 495, over towards Fredericksburg, Quantico. These areas are going to be heavy rain showers are going to be coming in this area. So that's what we have going on down there. Now, also, we have severe thunderstorm warning for our friends in Canada. This is for Saskatchewan, Canada. Some heavy thunderstorms here, producing gusty winds here for our friends in Prairie Land in Canada here. As you can see, central Canada, just south of Saskatoon here. So be very careful with my Canadian friends in Saskatchewan here. Heavy downpours, flash flooding, large hail is here, and breaking trees. So severe thunderstorm warning for this area here, just south of Saskatoon. Some of the suburbs, Handley and Davison, coming through there as well. So those are severe thunderstorm warnings in Canada. All three are in Saskatchewan province here, and this is in Saskatchewan province here. Expires in about 2 hours here, so we still have 2 hours here Central Daylight Time in Saskatchewan. Now moving on to the lower 48 here, we want to talk about the warnings here. We have the courtesy of National Weather Service, and the current hazards is just heat out west and rain, flash floods out east. So we have heat in the west from Las Vegas, the Grand Canyon country, down through the Death Valley and Joshua Tree Valley and the high deserts. And we also have rain and the flash flood that I showed you on the radar scope here from eastern North Carolina up through mid-Atlantic, all the way up through Jersey, New York City, Boston, Hartford, Connecticut, down through the upstate New York there. So just be very careful there as well as you're making your way through these areas. A brief excessive heat watch denoted in red for Omaha, Nebraska as well. So be careful out there. And of course, Houston, our friends are still, our prayers are still with Houston as the power. Still less than 1 million without power right now, but they're getting numbers down. CenterPoint, the agency there, but you can still heat advisory is still in effect. It's just been hot, feeling more like 105 to 110 degrees there in the Houston metro. Now, Hurricane Center, this is going to be our warnings and watches. We only have a 0% chance of this disturbance. This elongated trough off the coast of South Carolina right now in Georgia that was producing showers, so no chance of development there, but it is producing a lot of rain there for those coastal areas there. So be careful, maybe down from Charleston to Savannah, down to Brunswick and the Sea Islands of Georgia there. Be careful as that rain continues to propagate toward the coast there. Now, no other watches and warnings, no other hurricane tropical disturbances for the next 7 days here in the Atlantic or the Eastern Pacific Basin. We do have a disturbance in the Eastern Pacific, but same thing. It's a low chance, 0 to 10% chance in the next 7 days of developing. Same thing with the Central Pacific there. Not much going on there as well. So that's what we have going on for the three basins. We got the Atlantic wide basin here fully here. You can see the tropical wave propagating through the lower latitudes here. So Trinidad and Tobago getting rain, Barbados, Grenada, St. Lucia and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and the eastern tropic. This wave here is continue to propagate into the eastern Caribbean. Low chance of development there as well. So there's a trough that I told you about. That's 0 to 10% chance of development. It is producing a lot of showers here obviously along North Carolina and the Mid Atlantic there, and up to Maryland and Delaware as well. Out in the Pacific, we have just a few tropical waves here, but no development here Atlantic wide. Things are looking quiet, looking very good for no tropical development in the next week or two here. Things are going to pick up as far as tropics toward the end of the month, so stay tuned, because there's a couple of tropical waves out there that have a decent chance of developing into a tropical storm here in our typical areas, and then looking at here east of Bahamas and also in the central Caribbean. Those are the areas to look at climatologically speaking for July and late July into August. So thank you very much for joining me, and this is the Weather Guru. Please be sure to subscribe. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Take care.